TalkLife, hope you are well. Sunday night, I wanted to give you a really quick update on what's happening with moderation and trust and safety. But yeah, just have a bit of a chat. We haven't put these out for a while, and you know, I think the last 12 months have just been super challenging. I'd say, yeah, all good things, but yeah, I haven't been as present in the community as I used to be, and I've just found it really challenging. I don't know what it is. Yeah, again, TalkLife is in a really good place. Campus is in a good place. Employees side is in a good place, but I just haven't really enjoyed the last 12 months of scaling TalkLife. But I'm starting to get that buzz and that energy and that vibe back, and I think it's okay as well. I think it's pointless to maintain facades that just because you're leading an org, you're meant to really be enjoying it, because that's just bullshit. Let me tell you. I think it's okay to have those ups and downs and go through those windy roads. And the event over the last 12 months has been really bloody challenging. I think there's so many every single day. Anyone doing this knows every single day is something different. But I was sort of asking the question, what does the next 12 months look like? And we're doing this kind of offsite with the team, and I bloody love what we do. I love peer support, and I love TalkLife, and I love the being a place where you can share those ups and downs, and you can go and get support. And that's still 14 years on. I still buzz about that. I think we need more of it. We need to have safe communities for people that are struggling. And right across the world right now, there's a whole lot of people, and more divide than ever. We, especially in the US and other parts of the world, we're seeing anxiety at the highest levels they've ever been. We're seeing people being put into bloody boxes and told how to feel, and it's awful. And there's a place for TalkLife for all people, whatever it is that you're struggling with. But that, because you're on TalkLife already. One of the things that I've been pushing really hard on with the trust and safety team over the last 12 months is getting on top of some of these moderation. The team do an amazing job of moderation, and I hate to always talk about moderation because it makes it seem like they're not doing the job. And I know for those of the admin team watching this, you guys are incredible, and they moderate sub 30 seconds, and they're always tracking problematic users. But there's more that can be done. There's always more that can be done, and my post a couple of weeks ago reiterates that. And I want to keep improving, and I think there'll be legislation around the world, like the Online Safety Act, and lots of interesting changes for minors and stuff that we're seeing at the moment. And I hope those things go through. I'll tell you more about that later. But yeah, look, it's important that we keep moving forward. And in the early days, like a nostalgia play, in the early days of TalkLife, we just moderated in a WhatsApp group, and we had some moderators, and it was super easy, and we didn't have millions of accounts, and we didn't have lots to think about. It was really easy. But then things just grow, and they become, I don't know, like you get a policy for everything. There's a policy for everything we do, and that's fine. It's good. It's needed. But you also just lose touch with why people are pissed off about moderation decisions. You lose touch. It's because well, that's the rule we're applying to this bit of content, and you're doing it at such scale across thousands of posts every day that you become conditioned, and you lose the sort of human aspect of moderation. Hopefully some of these changes that I've talked about in my post and we'll talk about tonight will change some of that. If you want to skip ahead to this, hopefully the YouTube will put those little sections in for this. But one of the key areas of good moderation is communication. back to you about what we actually are doing and why we're doing the things we're doing. So from Tuesday in the safety center on the left-hand side, you'll get all the stats of moderation. That includes the time of how long it's taking us to remove flags that day, what the top flag buckets are that we're removing content for. Some of you will say, well, you never remove this or this or this. And actually now you'll be able to see those top 5 buckets, the bans, the volume of bans we're doing per week, and the people we're not banning, administrators versus moderator actions and how they compare. And then also you'll see a lot more on sort of volumes of posts and the content that we're not moderating as well, the content that we've just restored out to the feed as well. I think it's important. It keeps us all accountable, and that's what TalkLife needs. Is there shouldn't be a trust and safety team that runs without accountability to the community. And I've always said that it's not about us, it's about you and the community. And I think the pendulum can swing in lots of different directions on that. But I think that's important. Off the back of that, with every flag that you put forward now, you'll get a bit of feedback telling you exactly what action has been taken. And this is one of the things that I don't think a lot of trust and safety teams do, because it's like, well, I mean, the standard policy is you shouldn't know about the outcome because that doesn't impact your account, that's someone else's account. And actually, I think it should, because you might see somebody being left up and it's like, well, why the hell is that account still there? Why they've shared this, this, and this? I don't understand. And you might not have the context, or maybe you've missed the context of a post or something else. Now, when you flag something, it'll say, hey, this flag's being reviewed, and this flag has either been removed or we don't see any problem with it. If we say there's no problem with it, you'll be able to provide some additional context. You'll be able to say, actually, you know what? I think you're wrong, and you'll be able to appeal that decision. And it goes through, and you'll have one chance of appealing. You can add some additional plain text, and you can say, actually, you've got this entirely wrong. But having flag feedback allows you to know why and what decisions we're making on stuff as well. It's going to be generic responses. We do, again, thousands of these every day. We're not going to handwrite responses to each individual flag, but things do get missed because of context. And I think one post can mean something, and it can mean something entirely different to someone else. And I think having community buy into that process will definitely help admins to see why they're missing things, or if they're not missing things as well. So I'm looking forward to that going live. Also, and that will all be in real time as well. So you'll have those updates dropping into your notifications as well. Low quality. This has been a big contentious topic over the years, and I bought low quality flags in to protect the feed from single words and emojis and just poorly written posts. And I've been absolutely challenged on that over the years. And I think the Vent community had a really good summary of it, and we sort of reversed it on Vent, because like actually sharing an emoji or a single emoji could be really important to that person. It could be an act of venting. But what we do need to preserve on TalkLife is that the sort of post per minute. It's a chronological feed. There's so much content going in per minute, and we're trying to slow that down to make sure everything gets sort of seen and has a similar sort of view count. What we're going to do now is, instead of removing low quality content, we're going to reduce the sort of blast radius of that content and show it to your followers. If we deem that it's low quality or it's flagged by multiple people as low quality, it won't be removed or deleted, so it'll still stay in your feed, but it might not be seen by as many people. And I think it's a fair compromise. If you're writing a single word, or you're just saying bum or something like that, this is the 95% of the content we're talking about is like that. It's like bum, and you could definitely warrant a delete. But if it's inappropriate, it breaches our other guidelines around it's inappropriate for sexual content or graphic content, it's still going to go removed. It's still not going to be picked up by low quality. But yeah, I think this is a healthy compromise, and we'll see less of that content going out into the feed, less content being removed, and hopefully it also tells people more information on why it was low quality, why it was deemed low quality as well. Cool. The settings is getting an overhaul. That's exciting. The settings have just become this behemoth. Every time we up an update and there's a new setting, it goes in. Now we're breaking them into different panels. You've seen this a million times in other platforms and you don't need me to explain it, but I think that's important. On messaging now, you have this new flag pop-up. You just hover over web and you'll get new flag options. We're making the reactions easier, and we're allowing you now to flag each message as well in DMs, which is good. Equally, in messaging, you're going to have a lot more control over inappropriate people messaging you. So you'll be able to archive these people straight away, have better controls over flagging, and you'll be able to flag the individual messaging as well, to make it easy. Not just have to flag the profile. You better do that. What else is new? We've got a lot of different back-end stuff going live for admins, which is exciting. And tags as well is going on live on desktop. That's neither here nor there. Buddies, there's a button now going into the right-hand menu. Excuse me for a moment. I don't want you to hear my ASMR drinking, but buddies are going into the right-hand menu. We want a lot more buddies this year. They're an amazing part of our community, and they get that sort of empathetic listening, active listening training, and we're continuing to build out that program to make it more relevant and better content, and how people can have sort of little specializations across neurodiversity or other sort of key areas as well. So that's going live. And then mods. I'm torn on mods. I've set a big target for us to get more moderators, but the vast majority of moderation on TalkLife at the moment is through administration. And then we've released a new sort of moderation support tool called Leonidas. And that's doing a lot of identification. It doesn't have any control or moderation control, but it's made it easier for admins to be able to see inappropriate content earlier. We did a mod cohort last week, and we had only 3 people that were sort of appropriate for moderation. A lot of people who had had previous bans, and maybe they had brand new accounts or other sort of key areas that didn't make them appropriate. But it's going to be tough to get to those numbers, and I think it's important and we need to be trying it. But what I would love to see is maybe people being nominated for moderation positions, and we're going to try a couple of different ways of doing those moderation cohorts as well. But yeah, if you do think you'd make an amazing moderator, put your hand up. Like, it's not about a power position. It's keeping the community safe, and we don't ask that you put in certain hours. It's just when you're looking at the content, we ask that you are across it. And again, you've got that sort of 24/7 admin front supporting you on that as well. Right. If you think this is helpful, let me know. If it's not, and you just rather, there'll be in a text post anyway. Let me know that. If you want to ask me a question, fire that at me as well, and I'll get through them all in the next update. But that's an update. I hope you are doing well. I do want to chat more. I want to feel comfortable coming back and talking, and I want to feel like I'm really connected with the community again, and I miss some of you guys a lot, and I don't know what it is. I just have a huge thing that I need to overcome, and I hope we can do more of these chats. Maybe we could just do some streams again as well, where we can just chat and get to know each other a bit as well on a few fronts. But cool. Thanks, crew. I'll speak to you soon.